Earth slowly dies from human damage. People panic and want escape. Then, a giant black sphere appears near Mars. 6 astronauts launch on the ship Achilles to investigate. They enter hibernation for an 8-month journey. Carla dreams about her daughter and her mother. Her mother died in a car crash 2 years earlier. When 8 hours remain, the crew wakes together. They stretch, breathe, and clear their heads. Carla notices Ruben shaking after his first hibernation. She tells him to rest and hydrate, but Ruben wants to blog for his huge followers. Later, Carla meets Commander Paul and scans the sphere. The ship's AI finds nothing in the void. It reads empty space without features. Carla suggests turning back before something goes wrong. Paul refuses and keeps the mission on track. The silence makes Ruben even more nervous. They contact Vance, the program chief on Earth. He says everyone is watching closely. People want answers, and the mission must continue. Pressure rises on the small crew. Sometime later, Carla hears her mother's voice in the corridor. Nobody appears when she checks the hallway. At the same time, whispers wake Ruben in his room. Carla returns to her cabin to rest briefly. Vance calls by video and looks concerned. He says she seems tense and distracted lately. Carla insists she is fine and focused. Suddenly, the call drops and alarms flare. The AI reports a new anomaly from the sphere. Carla runs to the deck at once. A blinding beam hits the ship and disrupts systems. The crew rushes to stations and grips rails. Tez studies the beam and frowns. As they move closer, the AI detects a noise. Carla analyzes the signal with quick hands. They decode one repeated word, Deus. Deus means God in Latin. Ruben panics and begs them to turn back. Carla wants to pause and fix communications. They should inform Vance before taking risks. But Paul keeps the course without hesitation. He ignores caution and procedure. They check on Ruben and find him crying. He says the light is judgment day from God. Voices told him and will punish them. He pleads to cancel the mission again, then leaves. Afterward, the crew shares theories about the sphere. Ulf says they must learn the truth now. If it is a prank, they will destroy it. Paul watches on cameras and intervenes. He summons Ulf to the deck immediately. He warns Ulf never to say it again. As the ship nears the sphere, voices return. Carla hears them and rubs her temples. Ruben hears them and mutters prayers. Ulf escorts Carla to her room. She admits constant headaches since the crash. Tez interrupts with an urgent report. Ruben is missing somewhere on the ship. The crew splits to search every section. Tez checks the cargo bay and the shadowed hold. Ruben hides behind tall containers and flickering lights. He performs a ritual to please the whispers. Tez finds him and screams. Carla and Ulf sprint toward the scream together, but they arrive too late to save her. Tez lies open on the floor, motionless, and Carla freezes in shock. Ruben grabs Carla and takes her hostage. He threatens to kill her next without mercy. Ulf rushes in and steadies his aim. Ruben rants that redemption is gone forever. He claims Paul knows and hides everything. Paul appears behind Ruben without a sound. He fires once and ends Ruben instantly. The room falls silent after the shot. Paul shows no emotion at all. Carla takes Ruben's knife and follows Paul. She asks if he is hiding information. He denies it and grows angry fast. He senses she wants to quit the mission. At Carla's room, she finally snaps hard. She condemns his cold response to death. He walks away without caring. Ulf places the bodies into their hibernation chambers. 3 hours remain before reaching the surface. The crew detaches the main frame carefully. They move to a smaller ship for navigation. Carla spots a strange structure on the surface. She cannot identify it from scans. They land and regain communications instantly. Vance calls and speaks in a rush. 10,000 structures appear on Earth simultaneously. They do not invade or move at all. Vance believes the sphere caused this event. He wants answers fast from the crew. Paul orders Ulf and Carla outside immediately. Sean volunteers as scientist and joins them. They suit up and step onto the dark surface. Paul watches through cameras and monitors. The sphere is pitch black beyond their lamps. They cannot see far in the gloom. She touches the ground and studies the texture. Paul sends them toward the distant structure. They walk with careful steps and silence. It is a gate. Suddenly, a bright light glows inside the opening. They see a symbol called Event Horizon. It marks the end of observable influence. Carla calls it the end of existence. Her scanner matches the gate with the sphere's material. Then, a weird sound reaches their helmets. Sound in vacuum should be impossible. The AI relays a transmission instead. A single word comes through clearly. Welcome. The light grows brighter and steadier. A woman appears inside the gate like a projection. She does not speak with her mouth. Messages come from her mind. The AI translates the messages into their comms. She claims to speak for the Creator. The Creator brings a warning and a choice. Those who enter will find eternal peace. Those who refuse will die when the sphere arrives. It will destroy Earth without mercy, she says. Suddenly, the woman becomes Carla's mother. She enters the light and relives the crash. Pain returns and blinds her briefly. She wakes near a golden city of towers. Carla runs toward her with open arms. But before they embrace, Carla wakes aboard. She shakes violently and struggles to breathe. After a seizure, she vomits on the floor. Confusion floods her exhausted mind. Ulf explains he dragged her back from the gate. She could barely stand or speak, but Sean did not survive the outing. His body lies still and silent. Vance calls and demands every detail now. Carla describes the Golden City in simple words. Carla hides her family vision from Vance. He doubts she saw nothing else. Paul leaves the room, annoyed and silent. Carla asks about Sean's cause of death. Ulf says his suit ruptured outside. Carla questions that claim immediately. Their suits use material that does not break. Ulf adds that Sean missecured his glove. He decompressed in seconds and died. Carla rejects that because Sean was experienced. Ulf urges rest and ends the talk. Carla wants another look at the sphere. Ulf says they are leaving orbit now. He follows her into a blind corridor. No cameras watch this hallway tonight. Privacy returns for a brief moment. Ulf asks what she truly saw inside. Carla tells him everything quietly. She explains the family vision and fear. Moments later, Ulf returns to the deck alone. Paul asks about the off-camera conversation. Ulf lies and says nothing. Paul grows suspicious and narrows his eyes. Once free of the sphere, the AI schedules hibernation. It begins in 1 hour for crew. Carla takes Ruben's knife to the pods. She checks Sean's suit for clues. Then she breaks into Paul's room. Paul sees this on the cameras instantly. He sends Ulf to stop her quickly. Inside, Carla finds a gun and files. The documents list Ulf's elite corps past. Ulf arrives and meets her aim. She points the gun at him. He says that life ended long ago. He swears ignorance about the sphere. Carla marches him to the deck. She turns the gun on Paul instead. He calls it mutiny punishable by death. Carla reveals Sean died from a gunshot wound. A hard silence freezes the room. Vance calls and slices through the standoff. He claims he is not her enemy. He says scientists believe she saw heaven. He shows a video of Earth's streets. People gather and beg for escape. They want to leave the dying planet now. Paul seizes his chance and tackles her. He tries to disarm her quickly. She fights back with desperate strength. She shoots his chest and kills him. She looks down and sees her stomach bleeding. The wound aches and burns. After Vance hangs up, Carla aims at Ulf again. He confesses he killed Sean on orders. He does not want to kill Carla. Carla decides to trust him for now. Ulf treats her wound in the infirmary. Pain fades slightly and focus returns. They plan the next move together. Carla admits she wants to return to the sphere. Vance still controls the ship's AI. Ulf says he can override with a code. There is a harsh price for control. They must drop the heel completely. Carla returns to the deck and calls Vance. She threatens to destroy the sphere now. Vance opens classified files about the element. Then he reveals the final truth. He built the sphere himself in secret. There is no God behind the gate. He will save 6 billion and kill 15. Earth is overpopulated, and this is his answer. He spread panic to herd people to the gates. It was death hidden by light. Carla asks how the voices reached her. Vance explains the chip in her head. He placed it after the accident years earlier. He even caused that crash for control. Every step trained her for this mission. Carla cries and calls him a monster. He orders the AI to start auto-destruct. Alarms wail as the countdown begins. They have 3 minutes before total destruction. Carla shoots the hologram machine angrily. Ulf gives her the separation code quickly. She types fast with shaking hands. He is trapped in a slow elevator. He tells Carla to leave without him. She refuses and stalls for seconds. Explosions bloom through the Achilles suddenly. Bursts tear multiple sections in violent waves. Carla separates the ship and escapes. Metal screams and flames roll behind her. Suddenly, Ulf calls with a weak signal. He crossed over at the last second. They breathe out and share a small drink. They are alive and focused again. But a new problem now remains. The core detonation must be done manually. Someone must stay on the sphere. Carla agrees and offers to help. When they land again on the surface, he closes the door and locks Carla outside. He tells her to return and tell truth. The sphere shatters in a blinding flash. Carla now travels alone toward home. 7 years remain before she reaches Earth.